Two brands can have the exact same revenue, but a totally different business. The first one is constantly chasing new customers, burning cash on ads, and is stressed about every single algorithm change. But the other brand has customers that come back again and again, predictable revenue, and actual margin to work with. This difference here is lifetime value. And after personally working with 150 plus e-commerce brands doing 7 to 9 figures, the patterns from the highest LTV brands have become really obvious. And in this video, I'm going to break down what these brands are doing differently, because I'm personally working with these guys day in, day out. If you're new to the channel or wondering why the hell you should be listening to me, my name is Adam. I am the co-founder of Retention for Brands. We're a retention marketing agency for 7 to 9 figure e-commerce stores and have generated more than $100 million in email, SMS, and retention revenue. Now, with that being said, let's dive in. So firstly, we need to discover why LTV is the real advantage, because customer acquisition costs are only going to get more expensive as time goes on. And if your business depends on 1 or 2 channels to acquire customers, you're always one platform change away from trouble. But the thing is, high LTV brands have margin for error. When customers come back month over month, again and again, you're not starting every month from zero, because you have leverage, you have opportunity, and you can make decisions from a point of control. And LTV isn't just some random metric pulled from the sky. It's a business quality indicator, and it tells you whether you've built something that people actually want to come back to. So that brings me on to the first pillar of what the highest LTV brands do differently, and that is they obsess over the second purchase. The first purchase is acquisition's job. Someone saw an ad, clicked through, and bought, and that proves interest. But the second purchase is retention's job, and what that does is it proves trust. And high LTV brands engineer this moment intentionally. Most brands leave the second purchase to chance. Customers buy, they get a shipping notification, and then that's it. Those brands hope the customer comes back, but they don't have any strategy whatsoever. But high LTV brands build a post-purchase experience that educates, reassures the customer, lets them know how to use a product, and primes them to come back for a second order. They deeply understand that gap between first and second purchase is where most customers are lost. So they focus there deliberately. The second pillar that high LTV brands focus on is that they treat email marketing as a system and not a channel. Most brands just treat email marketing like it's some random calendar. They think, oh, it's Tuesday, I better send a campaign. They blast the same message to everybody and they hope for the best. But high LTV brands treat email like a system. Every message, every email, every SMS has a purpose. And the important thing is the content adapts depending on where that customer is in their journey. And to add to that, the highest LTV brands are not afraid to send more emails. Now, the third pillar that high LTV brands focus on is that brand and experience comes first. And here is something that not a lot of people want to hear, but great email marketing cannot save a bad product. And retention marketing efforts cannot solve product disappointment. High LTV brands understand that email reinforces the product experience, but it doesn't rely on it. And it goes without saying that the product has to be good. Same with the customer experience and the exact same with the unboxing experience. Because the thing is, every single touch point matters. When you have a great customer and product experience in place, email just amplifies that. But when you don't, no matter what kind of copy you have, no matter what kind of email strategy you have, it doesn't really matter if you have a poor product experience. And high LTV brands know that you have to be consistent across every single touch point and not just inside someone's email inbox. So that brings me on to the fourth pillar, that high LTV brands avoid discount dependency. And it's a shame to say that so many brands just use discounting as a retention strategy. If the customer hasn't bought in a while, send them a 20% discount. If you need to hit a revenue target, just run a flash sale. And the problem here is that you're just training customers to wait for that discount. And ask yourself, why the hell would they buy from you at full price when they know a discount is coming next week? High LTV brands use discounts very strategically and not habitually. So that means that they communicate value beyond just price. And they give customers another reason to buy rather than it's just cheap now. Discount dependency can erode margin and it definitely makes things really, really tough to deal with. The short-term spikes are not worth it, so definitely be very careful with your discounting strategy. And that brings me on to the fifth and final pillar, that high LTV brands measure what actually matters. Most brands just get stuck measuring open rates and click rates, and while those metrics are totally fine to track, it doesn't really tell you if your retention marketing is working or not. High LTV brands focus on things like returning customer revenue, customer lifetime value, and revenue contribution by cohort. And they judge retention marketing's efforts not by some vanity metrics, but by real business outcomes. When you put all of this together, it becomes very obvious that high LTV brands just operate differently. But the thing is, it's not that tough to implement. And when you get this right, it leads to calm, predictable growth. That also means less panic about ad costs and more confidence in your business. One thing that is incredibly important to note is that achieving a high LTV isn't just about doing more. It's actually about doing the basics at a super high level. And I think the reason why most brands don't want to focus on retention right now is because it quietly compounds over time. It's not like ads where you get that direct feedback straight away. But when you do get that right and you get your retention nailed, it means that you're not just chasing new customers every single month, but you have calm confidence knowing that you're growing profitably. If you found this video useful, I would really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below in the comment section if you do have any questions, and I'll do my very best to answer you as soon as possible. And if you run an e-commerce brand and you're watching this video and you're wondering how the hell am I actually going to implement all of this stuff for my own business, click the link down below in the description and you can book a free audit with myself. I would personally audit your account. I will put a plan in place for your brand for the rest of the year. If not, no worries. You can access my free 130-page email marketing guide down below in the description as well. And thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope to catch you on the next one.